All right. How y'all doing? We're going to dispense with the whole intro thing because, ah, because ARG. Anyways, okay, now we're live and now you can see me, and that is just so annoying. It actually, anyways, I don't know what's going on. Just Rumble is real finicky like that. And there's no way for me to refresh the stream or else it ends the stream. So that's annoying. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure something else out. All right. So you all see me? You hear me? Great. Okay. All right. I'm annoyed now. I'm extremely annoyed at this point. All right. Well, let's, try and do a show now that we're half an hour late. Sorry about all that. I am not streaming to Telegram this time, so I'll have to figure that one out later. It was kind of weird. I just wanted to try it out and see if it worked. Maybe I'll try streaming to Substack. What I'm trying to do is basically what I'd like to do is stream to a channel that is not suppressed. I mean, Rockfin is cool. I feel like things are getting like weird. Like things might get weirder. I'm not really sure. I'm getting this weird message on X. And I'll show it to you. I don't know what this means. Is this a threatening thing, or is it just like hey, your business could do so much better if you advertised with X? Can you guys see that? There's a thing. It says you're advertising on X. I'm not advertising on X. I'm not advertising Jack on X, right? So I don't know. I don't know if yeah, I can't tell whether this means like you're advertising on X, but you're not verified. You don't have a subscription, so that means bad things will happen to you, or this means, or if this is just a friendly, I can't tell whether it's like a friendly reminder or something like that, or like a friendly like message. I don't know if it is. Anyways, I took it as somewhat threatening, and I'm not advertising Jack on X. I've already said that. Not happening. I mean, I'm advertising the show, but it's not like whatever. I'm not even advertising the show really. I'm just on X. I'm just retweeting articles, and I'm not advertising anything at all, actually. So I don't know what they're talking about. Posting anything as BBN, I'm advertising myself, I guess. Anyways, I mean, who knows? X is being weird. They're, taking away followers again from me, squashing the heck out of me. They don't like me. And I fear, I mean, YouTube is just being YouTube. But what I would like to do is get everybody watching the show in a place where you know that you're not being suppressed. We know that we're not being suppressed. Rockfin is cool, but I'm a little iffy about. I feel a little iffy about Rockfin, but I guess they're cool. And I know you guys might be upset by this. I know people might be really annoyed by this, but what I would really like is for everybody to go to Telegram and get in the Black Bear News chat so that we have a private chat instead of, a place where we can chat and get information or get, whatever that's not X and not somewhere, not Threads and not Blue Sky or some whatever. Telegram is a little more private, right? You're not censored on Telegram. I mean, you probably can be seen on Telegram what you post, but you're probably not. And we can explore Signal and some other apps too. But if I can stream to Telegram, what I would like to do, and I'm letting you guys know this, just to give you a heads up, what I'm probably going to try and do is stream like primarily to Telegram and Rockfin, like 4 days a week, and maybe do a stream on Substack like on a Friday. That's I feel like that's kind of the way forward for me. I'm feeling slightly weird about how, there is, right. Everything is like freedom, 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 freedom. But there's new anti-Semitic laws, right? And, AI is taking over, all of the surveillance. AI is quickly going to take over all the, massive surveillance that's coming our way, right? So you think it's going to be freedom, freedom, freedom. And that's what people are like, yeah, Trump. Yeah, Trump freedom. We think that's what it is. But we're gonna, I kind of want to get ahead of the crowd and maybe leave some of these platforms sooner than later, or not rely on these platforms sooner than later. I'm still relying on X heavily for like news and information, but I am being so heavily suppressed on X that I don't really enjoy it. So I would like to have like a backup or an out. Anyway, so that's the news. That's what I'm trying to ultimately do. That I'm investigating doing that ASAP as quickly as possible. I'm not sure, I don't know. I don't know whether I'm being like totally paranoid or whether I should just continue as doing what I'm doing. I'm not sure. All right. Sorry, the mic situation is a little bit. They're calling my show advertising. Yeah, maybe. Gene. Yeah, it kind of sounds. Yeah, whatever. Well, if they kick me off for, unspecified reasons, that might be why. Maybe I'm violating something. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because they act like they don't want me around. So I'm going to take the hint and maybe move on before they kick me off or move to something else. And it ain't going to be Blue Sky and it ain't going to be Threads. Sorry, people. Those are just the same shit, different brands of the same shit. So I will be investigating some other things shortly. Okay, there's a show to do, right? Right. Okay. Anybody miss the best halftime show ever? Because this is it.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.
I mean, Kendrick was cool, but this is...
Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
This is truly a cultural statement.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the butter.
People hanging out in a thrift shop playing music. That's a way better statement.
To get your butter spread all on me. I don't like the way it mixes.
Why
with
wouldn't
my
I go
mac and
everywhere?
cheese. Cause when you're at KFC, you got that special sauce to stir my curiosity. Just give me a 5-piece meal. Oh, what a deal. a big old box, it's all for me. You know I'll take coleslaw on the side. I could tell you wanted to try the potato wedges.
Come on, man. Work it out. Work it out. Take your time. Yep. All right. That's pretty good, though. Y'all missed that? That was 19, I think that was like 82. Was that the year? I think it was the 1982 halftime show. Pretty good. All right. I don't know, though. I think it would be kind of fun if we were all on Telegram, just in our own little private Idaho. Thank you to Carrie Nanstead for the $20 on Rockfin. I appreciate you. Let me see. Yeah. Well, I want to create just a Black Bear News echo chamber. Sushi Gang says, why wouldn't you go everywhere? I don't know if I want to go everywhere. I don't know if I want to go everywhere. I think I want to be exclusive. I'm already hard enough to find anyways. I just want to find alternatives. That's all. I mean, Rockfin is cool, but I want to find alternatives. I'm being throttled, squashed, and pushed down pretty much everywhere. I made a Black Bear News TikTok, but I don't see the point. I kind of don't see the point in it because if I say anything controversial at all, I guess, they just don't even let me load the video. Anyways, I thanked Carrie Nanstead. Thank you, Carrie Nanstead. I know a lot of people don't care about the Super Bowl. I didn't watch it. Somebody won, somebody lost. Mostly people lost. James Lee. So if you were watching and you saw this ad, you would know this is pretty sick. Like what he showed of the ad is pretty disgusting. Because they're talking about this as if this is like a healthy thing to do, and it is an extremely unhealthy thing to do. It is the opposite of healthy, but they're marketing it as a health alternative or a path to health. And every single bit of this is false, a lie. Here we go.
This Hims and Hers ad during the Super Bowl is so insidious and also quite possibly illegal. Because at first I was like, hell yeah, who's this talking about obesity and how it's America's #1 health crisis, which is 100% true. They call out how the system is meant to keep us sick. They point out that the food industry is selling us poison for profit. They even threw in visuals of Fruit Loops, so I know they're for sure paying attention to Maha and the movement to boycott Kellogg's. But guess what their solution is? It's just more drugs, injectables, pills, you name it. So then I looked into what Hims and Hers is peddling. And it turns out what they're essentially selling is unregulated Ozempic, something called compounded semaglutide, which the FDA has not reviewed, approved, or tested for safety or efficacy. In fact, the FDA website right now has a warning about these unapproved weight loss drugs. They're talking about cases of hospitalization due to dosing errors, possible counterfeit Ozempic. There have been hundreds of reported cases of adverse side effects just in the last couple months alone, and I'm sure the real number is probably way higher than this. The ad doesn't talk about any of these side effects, which I'm pretty sure is illegal for a pharmaceutical ad. And in fact, they just tout their products as quote unquote the future of health.
This is the future of healthcare. This is Hims and Hers. Join us in the fight for a healthier America.
Absolutely criminal.
Well, if you didn't know, now you know. Stay well clear of Hims and Hers. But I'm sure there's people out there that are like, yeah, this is the best thing ever. Have you seen Hims and Hers? Yeah, I'm going to try it. I just got a prescription from Amazon. It's great. Ozempic ruins your gut. Says old as dirt. Gene Whitworth. I tried to sign up on Telegram but couldn't. They have the app on Android, do they not? I'm pretty sure they do. You can't do apps? Are you on like a privacy phone? The one app that I could get working on, I had a privacy phone for a while, and the one app I could get working was Telegram. It was the only one. Everything else was a mystery to me how to get it on there. But Telegram worked in a fashion. So there is major weather disasters around the world. Heavy rains trigger record level flooding in Puerto Princesa, Philippines, prompting evacuations. Again, this is happening every week. That's a good idea. He used Trump's tweets for investing in the market. Well, there's actually there's a Twitter account that follows Nancy Pelosi's stock picks. So, and if you followed all the stock picks, you did quite well. Probably could be automated for day trading. Something like that. But, I think there are people that already do that. Just watch Trump news and try to jump on things when they happen. Like he just case in point, he just announced more tariffs and some retaliatory tariffs. So, and I think I just saw this yesterday. And I'm not sure about the stock market in general, but I would think that would have a negative impact on stock prices whenever they go into effect. I'm not sure when he said it was about to happen in about a week. So I would, he announced that there would be, did not announce a time for them to start. So what I would do is wait for him to go, okay, these, retaliatory tariffs or these new tariffs are, we're doing them today. Boom, go, if you're in the right time frame, earlier in the morning is better. Get on your charts and press sell. This is not financial advice at all. Don't listen to me. Don't ever listen to me about stock trading. But just an idea, it's just something I was thinking about. Some people might be interested in doing something like that. That's all I'm trying to say. That's it. This is in Argentina. Wildfires. Patagonia is on alert due to multiple fire outbreaks in recent days. Firefighters are still battling blazes in El Bolson, which began on January 30th. Active fires have also been reported in Lanín Park and Nahuel Huapi. Floods. There's flooding in Brazil. Major Devastating floods in Brazil. So again, I know, you like to concentrate on one particular um, disaster and call it engineered or whatever, but then what about all the other ones? Are you following all the other ones? Do you care? Do you notice that they pop up on your screen? Probably not. This is in Brazil. Can't get that song out of my head. Taste that honey sauce. It's pretty good. And this probably has something to do. Holy shnikes. This has something to do with why the earth is struggling to maintain its old Holocene self. The ocean is losing its ability to store heat as the planet warms up. Well, yeah. And, we've talked about this so many times over so many years. But as it continues forward, it's going to get worse. That's what happens when things get worse as time goes forward. And there's no mechanism to push it the other way. And there is none that we know of. With a record high rate of heat accumulation, it means that more heat is available to warm the land and atmosphere and to melt ice, both relatively and absolutely, which is exactly what we see. Right? It's getting hotter, and it's getting hotter faster. The more it gets hot, the hotter it gets. You like that logic? Well, the faster that the heat increases, the faster that the heat increases. Do you like that one too? I don't know. Just trying it on for size. The ocean is losing its ability to store heat as the planet warms up. Until now, 90% of the excess heat created by greenhouse gas emissions has been drawn down into the ocean. But this capacity for heat absorption is now being lost, which could lead to longer marine heat waves and harm ocean life. There's a rapid increase in the amount of heat that is absorbed by the atmosphere. And that's why we're seeing the temperature go up so quickly. I saw something from Adam Moke. Adam Moke. Where is it? Oh, well, while we're here, hold on. Well, Adam McKay says, just shooting this theory out into the ether, not sure if it's actionable or not. The main condition for the rise of human civilization was the advent of the relatively stable Holocene. By going north of 1.5 C warming, we have empirically left that behind, so it is possible that this epidemic of moral cowardice we are experiencing is because subconsciously our animal selves that know that we are no longer in a stable climate and extreme diversification, hunter-gatherer tribes are the mean we are returning to. What say you? $2C by 2050? No, sir. Much earlier than that. I say 3C by 2050. I'd say we'll be lucky to still be at 2C at 2050. That would be miraculous. Considering we're at 1.75. I don't know how, it's what year is it? It's 2025. We're at 1.75. It takes us a whole 25 years to go another 1.25 degree. I don't know. Sorry if you can hear my tapping, I apologize. This mic is set up on the table that I'm on. I am going through a microphone. Anybody see this clip from the Kendrick Lamar halftime concert? Someone unfurled a Palestinian flag and they tackled his butt. But good job, man. Good for him. Oh, no. Bring that down. We can't have Palestinian flags on the friggin' Super Bowl field. People might be confused. People might wonder. Yeah. All right. We're just kind of going through some different news items here. And trying to get through as many as we can. The AI push, right? Well, there's another article I want to look at. Europe has at least acknowledged the reality that AI could be dangerous and could be harmful to people. And nobody's talking about that here hardly at all. If there is an article or study that comes out or somebody says, there's a problem with AI, even the guy that said, hey, a lot of AI is breaking or corrupting copyright law, and they killed him for that. So AI we're pushing AI. It's big business and it's the wave of the future. There was another statement. Was it Sam Altman? Somebody saying that that the government basically is only giving AI development contracts to certain players, that they are closely monitoring the development of AI to the point of being, proprietary. They're not going to allow, and that's why they're so pissed about the Chinese, the DeepSeek, and the other Chinese apps that are coming online. The reason why they're pissed about it, they don't want open source, decentralized AI things to be coming out. They want highly manipulable and highly regulated, highly surveillable, and highly controllable AI platforms that they're in charge of. That's all they want. They don't want anything else. Oh, you got to get a Google account, Gene. Yes, I see. Yeah, well, I know. That's the problem. It's so weird that you have to get a Google account to get an app. Like that'll make no sense, right? You should be able to get the app outside of the Google store, right? You would think that would be okay, let's look at this. Where are we? Let's try and stay on subject. So Greg Reese, former Alex Jones employee, who's now doing his own thing and doing it pretty good. He says, it couldn't be more clear to me. The digital AI system is being installed. The old system is being liquidated. Politics is theater to calmly steer the herd. And he's replying to his own question. Do you believe that Elon and Trump are defeating the bad guys? No, 62%. So a lot of people don't believe the hype. Seven Seas says Greg is absolutely right. They killed Epstein to burn down the old blackmail system. Peter Thiel Mossad does it all digitally now. They made Biden Kamala the manufactured problem because they were a manufactured problem. They weren't trying to win. They were just trying to make you feel bad about not voting for them, which they did. They got plenty of people going like, yeah, you didn't vote for that, man. You must love Trump if you didn't vote for Kamala. You love fascism, don't you? But anyways, they made Biden and Kamala the manufactured problem so Trump and the technocrats could save everyone. Save, quotation marks. They're firing the bureaucrats, quotation marks, so they can replace people with AI. Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what we're doing. Meanwhile, the private sector is lining up all the pieces to bring about global digital communism under an AI-powered government. Government bad. Government bad, but give us some more government, please. Don't take away my government. Oh yeah, above phone. Yeah, I saw those, Gene. Those look pretty cool. I bet you could probably do apps on the above phone. They're kind of expensive though, aren't they? I mean, or maybe not. I don't know. I feel like they're out of my price range. What are they? Oh shit! Yes, $1,500 for a phone. I mean, you end up paying for your phone over time if you rent one from the people. You know the people. You know the people that rent the phones out to you. So I guess this is just. I guess if you put it on a credit card, it'd be about the same thing. Oh, there's one for $800. There's one for $650. Now, what would you pay? An older model, one for $1,000, but the new snazzy spanky model is $1,500. But you can trade down a little bit and go as low as $650. I don't know. Have to research a little more. I had a Pine phone for a while, and it was okay. It was cool. It wasn't really connected to the internet, and so that was what was cool about it. Is that true? No, it was connected to the internet. But I could shut. What I liked about it is it had switches that would shut everything off whenever I wanted to. But it wasn't very easy to get to. It was not easy to work with. I had to learn Linux or however you want to say it in order to use the phone, which is fine. I like learning things. But eventually, so what I would do with the Pine phone is listen to Rockfin, which is basically the main channel I listen to stuff on. And Telegram, it would let me on Telegram. And that was most of what I could do on the phone, I could get on the web browser or whatever. But I dropped it too many times and I broke the connection. The battery would not stay connected, so it just kept turning off, and that was annoying. Anyways, nobody wants to hear about that, right? Who cares? But I don't know. Above phone, they seem like they're trying to let you keep on rocking in a free world. Oh, here's more about AI. Microsoft study finds AI makes human cognition atrophied and unprepared. Microsoft study, right? This is kind of like, I feel like this is like the oil companies telling you that climate change is totally real and they're totally making it happen. But, and we don't, the outcome looks bleak. They funded the study, but we're going to keep on making it the main source of energy for the entire planet, and we're planning on making more. So I don't know what the purpose of the study is. The purpose of the study is to go like, yeah, sure, what we're doing is absolutely harmful and deadly. But you want to buy some shares in Exxon? I'm sure it's a really good investment. You used to have a pine cone and you couldn't hear shit? Yeah. That's because you didn't have the string attached. Salt Lakers, try attaching the string next time. Okay, bro? That's how it works. One pine cone to the other. You got to have a conduit. A new paper from researchers at Microsoft at Carnegie Mellon University finds that as humans increasingly rely on generative AI, in their work, they use less critical thinking, which can result in the deterioration of cognitive faculties that ought to be preserved. They ought to be. They probably shan't. A key irony of automation is that by mechanizing routine tasks and leaving exception handling to the human user, you deprive the user of the routine opportunities to practice their judgment and strengthen their cognitive musculature. It's a good word. Leaving them atrophied and unprepared when the exceptions do arise, the researchers wrote. Yeah. Upshot, making you stupid. Making you stupid while helping you, it's so helpful. But draining me of all my cognitive abilities. Thanks, AI. Yeah. Well, in the same sense that like if you rely on GPS to get everywhere, you'll never like use your brain to really understand where you are, right? It's kind of like closes you off to, like looking at where you are and kind of like triangulating your position or, right? Or, oh, I'm going in this direction. This must be up here. Or I know what the street is. I know what street I'm on, or I know the general area that I'm in. You lose that ability because you're just looking at your phone and the GPS and you're like, where am I going? But you're not really looking at anything around you, which, inhibits the ability to see the freaking contrails above your head, right? When you're looking at your phone and not anything around you, you can't see the weird fake clouds in the sky. And you're like, what is that? Clouds look strange today. Anyways, back to my GPS. Back to my groovy good time I was having on my phone. Okay. Well, you want to read some more? I mean, I think pretty much says it all, right? They're going to tell you, the studies they did and how they figured out that it was making people stupid. But the upshot is it's making you stupid. Speaking of AI, we're still staying on AI. Remember the guy that was found suicided in San Francisco. And people, it's kind of obvious that it's not, the story is not all it's hacked up to be. So Suchir Balaji is the OpenAI whistleblower. They ruled his death an apparent suicide, but the case is full of contradictions without evidence and possible collusion. What are they hiding? Excuse me. This is James Lee again. I don't know anything about the release of the water, Fred. I haven't. I heard nigh of it, but I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I just heard something about it, but I don't know the specifics. Apparently, he released a bunch of water. I don't know what that means. He just released water from a reservoir. I don't know the specifics. I wish I did. I'll look at it. So let's get into this story. A few months before Balaji's death, this is from a couple days ago, he exposed OpenAI for stealing copyrighted content per a New York Times expose published on October 23rd, 2024. On November 18th, he was named as a key witness in a lawsuit against OpenAI, ready to testify. A week later, he was dead, and that's just a coincidence. Don't you ever worry your pretty little brains about that. He was totally suicidal. They have free tech support above phone. Okay. All right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Let's keep going. The SFPD's investigation was off from the start. When Balaji didn't respond to calls, his mother called for a wellness check. The police refused her entry and told her to go home. Wow. Hours later, without notifying her, they removed his body and declared his death a suicide. Not fishy at all. The family's lawsuit against SFPD alleges a number of shocking failures in the investigation. They never processed the scene properly. They never examined his phone or laptop. They refused to check security footage from his building. They never interviewed key witnesses. Sounds like great detective work. When Balaji's mother asked him to see the body, the San Francisco Medical Examiner's Office told her she wasn't allowed. What? The entire... Now that does not sound right, does it? That doesn't sound correct, right or correct. They told her she wasn't allowed, claiming the bullet had destroyed his face. But why wouldn't you be able to see her? Why wouldn't you be able to see, come on now. Oh, safety. Oh, we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings by showing them the actual body of their deceased son. That's ridiculous. You should be able to see the body of your loved ones or your relatives, no matter condition. Like, no matter if there's just a nose left. Like Woody Allen's a sleeper. If there's just a nose left, you should be able to see the nose and go, yep, that's his nose. When the family ordered a private autopsy, the claim turned out to be false. What? Question is, what are they hiding? The autopsy raised even more red flags. The bullet had a downward trajectory, which is unusual for a suicide. He had a contusion on the back of his head, suggesting he may have been hit before the gunshot. That's because he was drunk. And then he shot himself with a downward trajectory. He had a so why was this ruled a suicide so quickly? Let's also not forget San Francisco Office of the Medical Examiner has a history of evidence tampering. A whistleblower sued after executive director allegedly discarded a human skull in a rushed cleanup. Another investigator was caught stealing from the dead. Wow. When the family demanded further investigation, the SFPD said the case was already closed. And when they requested to see the police report, the SFPD claimed it was still open and refused to release records. This contradiction alone suggests deliberate obstruction. Now let's talk San Francisco politics. OpenAI, based in San Francisco, could bring billions, if not trillions, to the city. Its CEO, Sam Altman, has deep political ties, including as a trusted advisor to new mayor Daniel Lurie. Could that be why SFPD was so eager to shut this case down? In summary, the lawsuit against the SFPD lays out a clear case, as they failed to conduct a real investigation, contradicted themselves to block records, ignored forensic evidence of foul play. Have you guys seen the pictures of the crime scene? Of the suicide, the scene of the suicide? There's like blood everywhere. And it looks, the apartment looks trashed. It looks like somebody else might have been in there. And they refused to analyze digital evidence that could hold key information. They really are pretty sloppy, aren't they? They clearly didn't want this guy saying what he had to say. Can try some other tactics, but really concerning. Very concerning. Very concerning. Concerning. All right. Sam is the next Elon. I actually watched a good video about Elon being actually Klaus Schwab. Elon is the new Klaus Schwab. He's basically pushing for all the same things that Klaus Schwab pushed for, but he's doing it. Klaus Schwab is not a very good, face forward spokesperson for the New World Order. But Elon Musk is cool, and he has like spaceships, and he is for freedom, right? So he has like self-driving cars and stuff, bro, and like the Cybertruck. So like he's basically, but at his core, he wants a digitally surveilled AI, future, and where everybody has Neuralink in their brains and can be, walked around the field like puppets. Learn to code didn't work. Anyways, yeah, you could probably search it on YouTube. Elon is the next Klaus Schwab, or is Klaus Schwab. Elon Musk is Klaus Schwab. It's a pretty good video. And not too long. Kind of short. To the point. Those are always pretty good. All right. Let's see. Whitney Webb talking about BlackRock's. This is an interesting statement. However, I feel like this has already happened, right? She's describing the future as if what isn't the past. That BlackRock is attempting to establish complete control over the natural world. Well, we already control the natural, like the past, 500 or 600 years of colonialization of just superpowers, whoever they might be, just tromping out into the world and just taking whatever, that's ours. This island, it's mine. This whole forest, it's mine. This sugar place where you get sugar and bananas trees and stuff, it's mine. I own it now. It's mine. Like that's past history. This is not nothing. It's not anything new. I was going to say not nothing new, which is bad English, but it sounds kind of cooler if I say not nothing new. This is not nothing new. Investigative journalist Whitney Webb, BlackRock is attempting to establish complete control over the natural world under the guise of saving the planet. Yeah, I mean, in the past they weren't trying to save the planet, so I guess this is the last trick they can do. It's like, Daffy Duck blowing himself up. I can only do that trick once. I can't do a Daffy Duck voice. Now for my next trick. I can only do it once. So bad I had to try it again. The goal, as BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has stated, is to have all of this on a universal ledger and to be trackable and surveillable. The natural world is vast and huge, and they're financializing it all, framing it as the only way to save the planet, but really it's the only way for them to save their insane debt racket. I mean, sure. But
it seems like in Larry Fink's case in particular, there's a goal, a big ambition there to develop new asset classes that can be used to basically fuel their existing business model and perpetuate it for millennia forward. Mm-hmm. So one of these that I've been writing about for a few years is the whole idea of natural assets, what they call nature's economy. As an asset manager, BlackRock being able to unlock and take control of as many natural assets as possible that aren't currently part of the financial system is obviously a way for them to perpetuate what they do and deepen and expand their control over not just people in the existing financial system, but really over the natural world as well, and essentially turn everything alive into a tradable Wall Street financial product. And the goal, as Fink has stated, is to have all of this on a universal ledger on blockchain, presumably, and have it be, trackable and surveillable. By having it all surveillable and automated in a sense, he's able to have his risk management AI thing, Aladdin, sort of exercise control over it in unprecedented ways, I think, for their benefit. And then, of course, a lot of what's happening now as we're moving into this new financial governance system is the push to change all of the infrastructure towards this, quote unquote, green model, I guess, or decarbonization, right? Part of the goal of the whole global carbon market thing for them is that it allows them to unlock so many new assets and so much more collateral and so much other stuff to create new debt out of, and to just sort of expand the existing models they use to just unprecedented levels. And sort of perpetuate this into infinity. One of the things too about the natural asset thing, at least as far as the natural asset corporation model is concerned, is that you literally just go into a forest or you go to a river or lake and you identify the natural asset, and then at no cost to you, just after identifying it, you issue shares in the natural asset, a lake, a forest, whatever, and then you sell those shares. I mean, it's literally just pointing out something outside and being like, this is.
We already do that, Whitney Webb. I hate to point out that the very obvious thing that we already do that. We've been doing that. You go somewhere and you go, yeah, I'll take that. you know, and the only thing that's really stopped us from doing that in the last 100 years is that there's nations and there's like people and they're like, hey, you just can't come in here. And they're like, what? What's that? What's that? Right. Huh? What? You know, the forest keepers in South America, right? And all kinds of different countries that keep getting offed whenever there's a logging company or a mining company or an oil company that wants to come in and just suck everything out of the preserve, the nature preserve that's off limits to any of that stuff. And there's indigenous people that actually live there and they're like, hey, you're not supposed to. And they're like, what was that? And they just kill them. Like there's nothing stopping them from doing that already. It's just, I don't know. Anyways.
This is mine. I'm going to fractionalize it and sell it to people. And you're producing money in like, you know, out of thin air, essentially. Yeah. And you're able to do that. I mean, the natural world is vast and huge, and they're doing this. They're financializing it all.
Have you ever read the Lorax? Did you read the Lorax? That's exactly what we do. Look at those trees over there. Those are perfect. Okay. Read that. Supposedly Trump is going to audit the Pentagon. Supposedly. Do you think that's going to happen? Let's see. Supposedly Trump paid off all the FEMA accounts for Hurricane Helene. Did you guys hear about that one? I mean, I guess that's cool. I mean, if that's true, I mean, I don't know. They said the accounts were closed or the cases were closed. Does that mean they just closed them? Or did they actually pay them off? Did they actually help them out? I'm not really sure. Anywho's, guys, if you like the show and you like hanging out here every day, Monday through Friday, and like listening to the show comes to you for free 99 Monday through Friday. And if you want to see the show continue on, keep on going, do consider helping the show out financially. It's one of the ways that I can keep on moving through the days and coming here every day and giving you this content. And you can contribute to the show by any of the links in the description box below all of the platforms that you might be watching the show on. Rockfin, Rumble, or YouTube. All the description boxes there have links. All of the links, you know, it's the usual suspects. PayPal, Zelle, CashApp, Venmo, all those, the usuals. Buy me a coffee, Ko-Fi. Many of you already support the show. Many people do. And you know who you are, and I really appreciate you. All right. I think that's going to do it for me. Started a little bit late, but then I did about an hour. So here we are. About an hour later. Sorry for all the technical problems in the beginning. But I will be back tomorrow at the regular time of 12 p.m. Pacific. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. I appreciate you. And where are we? See you tomorrow.